Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me. Married at first sight, not gonna lie. I, I've been very lazy to get to this show, but I'm here. I deliberately skipped last week for two reasons. One, I was on vacation, and two, I wanted to do all the weddings at once. I feel like weddings through 3 episodes, it's doing a lot, okay? I hope to not have to edit this video too much, so I'm actually going to read straight off my notes just so I can keep the flow of the conversation going. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you're updated when I make a post. And let's get into this review. Okay, so I'm going to close off Johnny and Bao. And I say Bao is the wife that I'm most weary of. Well, Mirla. It's really Mirla. But Bao is like a second, you know? I'm most really weary about her mainly because she seems so adamant on not accepting certain things about Johnny. Like, she thinks he's attractive, she's excited about it, but she's like, oh, physical touch, no. Oh, sports, no. Oh, this, no. And it's like, okay, I understand. But based off the fact that you like him and you have a history of having a little crush on him, why not just make a couple concessions here of things that you maybe thought were no's to you, but turn them into maybes. Turn them into maybes and become a little more open to the differences that you guys have. You know, she's so adamant on physical touch being rock bottom, don't touch me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I get it. It's not to say that you should now become this super touchy-feely kind of person, but he's expressed to you, and I did like that he did that. He's expressed to you that this is a way that I feel seen, I feel loved, you know, I feel appreciated, and for her to just completely shut it down is inadvertently shutting him down when he's already being shut out by his dad and family pressures and stuff like that. Like, the one thing that could have been a real support to him is like, okay, thank you for telling me that. I understand that. It's not a high priority on my list. However, I will learn to adapt to that, especially if that's the best way that you communicate love or something like that. You know what I mean? You guys understand. Another weird thing is, like, I know they're not Korean, but this is giving me a very like K-drama storyline, this whirlwind romance. It'd be so cute. Anyways, that's just my whatever. You can tell that he's holding back because she's timid, you know, she has a history of being timid when it comes to physical touch according to her people. So this is something that they're just going to have to work through together. I do like that he's being gentle with her because he is eager. He really wants to go in for it. And although she does find him attractive, she is very into him. It's still like a scary situation for her. And I love that he's handling her with care. These are great characteristics in Johnny. And even if you don't end up with Bao, you're looking like a good bachelor if things don't work out, okay? Moving on to Brett. Brett, to me, is the most prepared. She's the most prepared for marriage. However, throughout this episode, I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of nitpicky stuff that I did not pick up on before. So at first I thought she was very accommodating to any situation. She's like, even if he's ugly, we'll make it work. Wait, was that her who said that? If it wasn't her, my apologies. But she is very accommodating regardless. And I still think that even with her accommodating nature, she's still willing to stand her ground for things that she does not believe in. They did seem very attracted to each other when they first met, which is good. We know a history of family support and initial attraction normally is like really successful. I found it weird how he was very fidgety and he couldn't like look her in the eye. I don't know if it was the nerves or like overexcitement because, you know, the two can kind of blend into each other. But I'm like, can you stand still? Just relax. Take a breath, baby. Take a breath. You're okay. Yeah, I wanted to see a little bit more eye contact just to make that to give her that reassurance that, hey, I'm into you. I'm here. You know what I mean? Later in the reception, they were talking to each other's people, and it's clear that they're not each other's type aesthetically. However, personality seems to be carrying through. Yeah, he's the one who said he wanted somebody like model-esque and stuff like that. So, hey, if he finds her attractive, that is all we can ask for. She started getting anxious in the reception because the dancing. So the dancing was like a two-step, and she's like, I don't know how to two-step. I don't want to. And he's like, let me spin you. And she's like, no, no, don't touch me. No, no, no. And I'm like, oh, Brett, I did not see this side of you coming at all. I was very surprised by that. Yeah, I think maybe she's just too much in her head because the ranch thing came up and she's like, I don't even know any country music. I don't know any. Take a breath, relax. You like him, he likes you. Let's find a way to make it work, okay? Oh, she's also not a fan of hunting. And that's like a part of his life. So that's going to be an issue. The friends talk about the types. Yep, went through that. Okay, cool. Next is Rachel and Jose. A common theme between these two is like acceptance and attraction and stuff like that. So she has mentioned that her insecurities have hindered her relationships in the past. And he has been so vocal about this attraction thing. Attraction. I hope I'm attracted to her. I hope she's attracted to me. Like putting a lot of emphasis on physical attraction. I'm also not sure if she's actually taller than him or if it's the heels. Or is she even wearing heels? Because I skipped the whole wedding dress preparation stuff. It was just too much. Yeah, so I feel like he's gonna have like a little like small man complex if that's a thing between them. But she did show attraction to him. He showed attraction to her. She kind of threw a jab a little bit. I don't think she realized that it was a jab, but she was like, I asked for a guy with personality, you know, because I look for personality over looks, and I got exactly that. And he was like, And then when they were taking pictures, he kind of got stiff a little bit because he was in his head thinking that she didn't find him attractive, but she actually does find him attractive. So that was good. They both hope that marriage vindicates them from their past. So she said her last relationship really crushed her, and he's trying to basically get redemption from his parents' relationship that fell apart. But the thing is, that relationship is not your relationship. And even with Rachel, that past relationship was that. That was that man in those circumstances. Don't bring that here, you know, like, or like, okay, I get bringing it because trauma just comes with you, right? But for me, I feel like they're putting so much pressure on this union that it has the potential to crash and burn just because they want perfection. And unfortunately, perfection cannot be achieved, especially in a process like this, you know? They do have a lot in common, like heritage, lifestyles, interests. I do feel like the downfall would just be the pressure that they put on themselves. So if they just focus on the connection, if they focus on the commonalities, if they focus on just taking it day by day and not trying to focus too much on we need to make this the perfect union, they could be successful. Jose's stepmom is a vibe. I like her a lot. I need to see a lot of her. The energy. Oh my goodness. I love her. Moving on to Mirla. Oh, I literally say that Mirla is the bride I'm most weary of. She's so quick to want to skip the hoopla of a wedding and go straight to the marriage, and it makes me think she can't just stop and smell the roses. And sometimes in life that's what you need, you know? Especially as someone like who's so indulgent on life in terms of like splurging on trips and materialistic things, you would think that she would like to take in the process of a wedding, but no, she wants to skip all that. She didn't even want to kiss the man. She's like, listen, let's just be married. No, that's not how it works, babe. I feel like her trauma makes her want to latch onto a union, but she runs the risk of not enjoying the experience and in turn not enjoying Gil. Her friends think that her expectations might ruin their connection, and I agree. I feel like she's a little too rigid. She's too, this is my life and I'm gonna live it this way regardless of what anybody says. But you can't live that way when you're integrating another person into your life. Not even into your life. It's two lives coming to create a new way of life. You know what I mean? Like that's marriage. So girl, put some of that stuff to the side. Gil is really excited when he sees her, which is good. Her issue with bald heads completely disappeared very quickly. I was happy about that. I found it interesting how the family painted her in a different light than how we've seen. The family painted her as kind of this, you know, go with the flow, you know, it is what it is. And I'm like, the high maintenance, the rigidity, it's there. they touched on it a little bit with the materialistic stuff, and even Gil's family was starting to catch on. But don't oversell your girl. I'm sorry. Give the honest truth. It's still being a little bit flattering, but give the honest truth so that you're probably Gil is properly prepared for the situation. Gil, along with his family, has picked up on the high maintenance thing. There's actually nothing wrong with her lifestyle, but the fact that she has no desire of compromising is a problem. And my thing is, if you can't compromise on something as simple as, hey, maybe spend a little less on this trip and invest in the house or invest in whatever has a more long-term effect, it bleeds into bigger issues where, compromise is a problem. So yeah, that's my main issues with them. I feel like her trauma is definitely going to resurface. Gil is a firefighter. He has a job that puts his life at risk every day, and even though the likelihood of him coming home is high, with somebody who has a history of feeling abandoned, I feel like that anxiety can heighten. And she might not even see that it's a connection between that, and it might not even happen. So let me not speak that into their lives. I'm just saying it's a possibility, and I hope that they work through. I hope that she works through her trauma so she can give this relationship a proper try. Last but not least, we have Zach, who kind of idolizes marriage, especially his parents' marriage and the fact that everyone in his family is in committed relationships. And I relate so much. I feel like for me, seeing my parents' marriage, they've been married for like 34 years now, like wanting that so much has made it hard to find something with other people, because if it's not like that, then it can't be real. If it's not like that, then there's no potential, you know what I mean? And we forget, people like Zach and I, forget that you don't know what people are accepting in marriages. You don't know what compromises, what concessions people are making in order to make a union work. So you might idolize it and you might think that is the perfect union. Oh, but they have an open marriage. You might not know that. Or he's cheated on her, she's cheated on him. Or they're flat broke. Or they don't even have sex. There are so many concessions that people make in marriage that we don't get to see as the public. So to idolize marriages or to put marriage on a pedestal as if a union is the goal, not okay. Not okay at all. You need to build what works for you and your partner. I know I'm speaking ahead because it's not like he has done this already, but I can identify people who are like me. So I feel like that's going to be a thing. Michaela's family says she's stubborn, and they talk about Hurricane K. What is that? What is that? We saw a preview of this Hurricane K, slamming doors, screaming, stomping away. Was this the process for you? Because, yeah, I'm scared of this Hurricane K. She basically says she blacks out, lashes out, and then comes to as if nothing happened. We're going to watch out for that one. She seems to be unwilling to make concessions as well. She and Mirla share that in common. And he was in tears over a stranger. He was in tears over a stranger. I can only imagine how he would be if he actually loved this woman, I get that he also was in tears over the fear of not being the husband he'd always dreamed that he was. But just like Mirla and whatever. Was it Mirla that I was talking about? Just like one of the other couples that I was talking about. Just don't put too much pressure on being perfect. Oh, that was Jose and Rachel. Don't put too much pressure on being perfect. Go day to day, learning this person, learning yourself, learning how to be in a union with this specific person and also in an expedited process. Make the most out of it. And then if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, that's okay. That's okay. They were both emotional before a meeting, which is great. And they also both, not great, but, it means a lot to the both of them. And they both beamed when they saw each other, which is great. As we know, physical attraction, family support, great formula for success. Her face when he said he crochets made me laugh so hard. Like, she was like, oh, that's your idea of a Renaissance man? Okay. The family was thrown off by his age and his dating history, rightfully so. But I feel like the family should be thrown off by their own person's thing, because, like, yeah, he might be younger, but your girl here, she has a temper problem, and we're gonna see that come true. So I don't know if you should be giving Zach the side eye when you've got yourself a situation. He also couldn't vouch for why he's a good match. And he was like, oh, well, my actions will definitely be more than my words, which true. But I would have liked him to say, something. I'm compassionate. I'm giving. I'm forgiving. I'm, I feel like we match on energy as something. Vouch for yourself in some kind of way. And he didn't. But overall, I'm excited to finally see couples genuinely excited to start this journey together. I'm so tired of, I'm not attracted to him, he's ugly. Tired. Finally, we have a season where every single couple is actually happy to be with the person they're coupled up with. However, that does not last for long, okay? Because we're going to see Jose being focused on perfection again. We're also going to see Mirla get called out on being high maintenance. She doesn't take that well. And Hurricane K makes an appearance, child. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for sure. I would love to see who makes it out, because honestly, if I was to guess right now, I genuinely cannot give you a guess. I did in my first impressions video, but now I'm kind of just like, I don't know. Maybe after the honeymoons, I'll do like predictions again. But yeah, right now it's kind of a toss up to everybody. But as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next review.